All right, guys, it's time to talk about one of the more exciting teams coming into this season. They may not win a ton of games, but they might surprise us. It's the Houston Rockets, and this is the Hoops Nerd Show. Okay, guys, before I get started, make sure if you haven't already to like and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. It helps it grow and it would make me happy. All right, the Houston Rockets. Last season started out as an absolute nightmare with the James Harden situation. It was kind of a joke how Harden was acting and what he was doing. And I know Houston Rockets fans will likely defend him because he's been their guy for so long, and he's been an incredible player for Houston. So it's just a weird situation last year to be a Houston Rockets fan. They finally make the trade after a little bit of time where, just weird plays by Harden showing that he wanted out of there. They make a trade to Brooklyn and get what I thought was a good trade, but from what Nationals kind of talked about, they talked about it like it was just this terrible move that they could have got more and things like that. Like Bill Simmons talked about it like it was the end of the Houston Rockets franchise. And it was ridiculous because what happened is they got a nice set of picks for a really nice draft. And if you look at these players that they drafted, they got 4 picks in this draft, and it looks like they hit on every single one. This season is going to be a lot of fun for the Houston Rockets because they're going to be a young team. They've filled their roster with young talent that can develop, and they have a few guys on this team that can kind of mentor these guys. It's kind of a perfect situation. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about, and it's the big story with the Houston Rockets, is this guy right here is Jalen Green. Unbelievable. I mean, we saw him with the Ignite, the G League Ignite, and one thing that told me, and one reason I think Jalen Green is just going to be an absolute star for this team, he's going to be a multi-year all-star and might be even better. Who knows? He's going to be, his floor at minimum is like Bradley Beal type scorer that can just go out and just flat out score the basketball. All 3 levels. He can shoot the 3. He's insanely quick. His athleticism is incredible, and he's explosive as could be. Just explosive. He's going to be a highlight reel play every night. I mean, Houston Rockets fans, you're playing with house money this year because you've got an absolute stud in Jalen Green. He's going to be so much fun. He's got the mentality that you want. And the reason I liked that he went to the Ignite is that, when other players go to colleges like Kentucky or Duke or places like this where you just kind of are, it's like this, pipeline that just gets you in the NBA. It's, teams have all their scouts that have their little assigned seating at these stadiums. And everyone just gets drafted. It's easy to do. Jalen Green took like the kind of the risky route by going to the G League Ignite. It's this new G League team that players can go to and get paid rather than go to college. But you're going into a league where you're playing against guys trying to make the league. It's better than college really. And he went into that league and he did great. What I like about that is that's a fearless move. It's like it's a bet on yourself. And what Jalen Green taught us is Jalen Green knows that he's a stud, and that's what makes me so excited about him for the Houston Rockets is he went to the G League Ignite. He said, I don't care. I'm coming. I'll beat anybody. And then guess what? We found out he was fantastic in the summer league. He goes in the summer league and he's like already too good for it. Like literally a quarter into it, we found out this guy is absolutely a stud. He's going to be amazing. Rockets fans, you guys got an absolute blue chip scorer. This guy is going to score during the regular season, could be scoring champ type scorer, and then in the playoffs, he's going to be a bucket getter for you. I mean, you couldn't be more pleased. James Harden turning into Jalen Green is fantastic. Now, I don't know if he'll be on the same level as James Harden. James Harden's an MVP level player. Literally, he's incredible. Can he get to that level? I don't know. We'll see. The Houston Rockets for so many years geared everything around Harden's strengths. Everything was just geared around what James Harden does. It's a new coaching staff. It's new general management in Houston, and so we'll see how that goes. But at the very least, you have a star on your hands. And you just couldn't ask for more. A young star like this. And I was really happy with what the Rockets did last season. They had to fall in that top 4. And they made sure they did. And it was the right move because guess what? Your present is this guy who might be the best player in the draft. You've got Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and and Evan Mobley in Cleveland, and this guy looks like he might be the best. We'll see. He certainly probably is the best just flat out scorer. That's for sure. So Houston fans, I'm super happy for you to get this guy. He's fantastic after what was such a crazy season, and having that player just kind of give up on your team. Literally, it sucked. And so it's a really nice consolation to come out with Jalen Green, someone you can root for minimum 7 years, if not an entire career. It's fantastic. All right, let's take a moment to talk about Manscaped. Attention listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do we have a pube problem? If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code HoopsNerd20. That's HoopsNerd20, guys. Go use it. $20 to $30 off. Honestly, it's a nice piece of equipment. You get 20% off plus free shipping. It's like $20 to $30. It really is. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, weed whacker, ear, nose, and hair trimmer, crop preserver. That's all the stuff they got there, guys. There's all sorts of stuff. Ball deodorant, crop reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, which, by the way, are smooth and nice and amazing. Go try them out. Go buy them and get 20% off. And a travel bag to hold your whole solar system in place. You guys, go try it out. It's fantastic. I enjoy mine thoroughly. It's great. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code HoopsNerd20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code HoopsNerd20 at manscaped.com. For a clean trinity and beyond, your Spaceballs will thank you. All right, guys. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and we've already mentioned it a little bit, is the draft for these Houston Rockets. This draft was fantastic. They came out with picks in this draft, and it feels like every single pick they might have hit on. And they had 4 of them. This was a deep draft. This was a great, great draft to have a lot of picks in. And so they come into this draft with 4 picks, 4 good picks. Obviously, the first pick they make at the number 2 was Jalen Green. The next pick they take Alperen Sengun, who I was a little like, he's one of those foreign basketball players that plays kind of the forward center spot. And he came in the summer league and he looks awesome. He has all the skill you want as like a low post scoring big man. And he has some tenacity. He looks like he can actually shoot the ball. He showed signs of that in summer league. If he can shoot the ball and be an inside scorer, at worst, you've got a rotational big that can get you points. He might be really good. It'll be interesting to see. I do think with him a little bit, he's in the international league, so he's playing against really good players. He's used to playing like guys that are at the same level as the guys in the summer league, because a lot of the summer league guys are just looking to make a roster, whether it's in the NBA or overseas. So Sengun is used to playing those types of guys. He is really young though, so it's not surprising that he did really well in summer league. It'll be really interesting to see how he does when you're playing regular season games. He might be great though. We'll see, because he did it in summer league, and that's a great sign. The bad sign is if they're not playing well in summer league. And so he's already looking nice. If he looks nice in the regular season, that's pretty amazing for Rockets fans. That's fantastic. The next guy they got, and this is the guy I loved, and they got him later in the draft, in the first round, Usman Garuba. I mean, this guy is just going to be an absolute defensive monster. You saw him in summer league. You saw it in the Olympics where he helped upset Team USA. It was he's just so fun to watch. He has just a defensive ability that's Draymond-esque. And you saw it in summer league. He was making just steals. He was rebounding the ball. They kind of played him in the center position so he can be the small ball center. And he was rebounding the ball really well and protecting the rim. This guy might be Draymond 2.0. We'll find out. I mean, that's high praise. Draymond's a Hall of Famer. But if you got and I think it was 19, I can't remember exactly. But if they got a Draymond-like defender that they can put around Jalen Green, put next to Sengun, that's incredible. And you will watch this guy. This guy is going to be one of those guys that's going to win the Rockets a bunch of games. He's going to be probably coming off the bench, I would assume, but maybe he'll start. I don't know. But I love Garuba. I think Garuba is fantastic. And his defensive ability, if he can like figure out the jump shot, if he can just find an offensive game where he can become not a liability on offense, then he becomes incredible. Like incredible. His just defensive ability is that transcendent. He can guard anyone. He can switch, and he's got hands. You'll watch him average like an insane amount of steals per 36. He's going to be incredible. I am excited to watch him. And then on top of Garuba, they get Josh Christopher. And he looks really nice in Summer League. Just a nice athlete. This guy has like, bona fide athleticism. And they got him late in the first round. It's incredible what the Rockets did. Unbelievable. This guy can score. He can be a six-man guy, or maybe he develops into being a backcourt with Jalen Green. Who knows? But he's fantastic. And you're gonna have a fun Houston Rockets team this year with John Wall, Jalen Green is that backcourt. I wouldn't be surprised if Sengun is starting at center next to Christian Wood, and you've got a team here that's really fun to watch. And then, you've got Kevin Porter Jr. at the small forward. I mean, that team's going to score. This team might be better than we think. Why not? Or maybe start Garuba at center. Why not? And have a defensive anchor. Either way, this team is going to be fantastic. I am excited to watch them. I don't know. I think they're not going to be the worst team in the league. That's for sure. I think they are going to struggle this year at times to score against really established good defenses and good teams in the league. But I think over the season, they're going to just get better and better. I think Jalen Green is going to be good from the start. And so they might be, I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they might be a lot better than people think. And right now, Houston's playing with house money because you've got 4 guys to develop. They've got their pick next year, so they'd probably like to be not very good this year and get another stud if they can. And then next year, you've got your 2 stars, hopefully, along with some nice role players that they've drafted, and you've got a team that can compete again pretty quickly. So I like what the Rockets did. Plus, what I really like about this team too is they have John Wall, and they don't necessarily need John Wall to be amazing. But what they can have John Wall do now is just be a mentor to these young players. Like John Wall can just teach Jalen Green how to play in the league. You've got Christian Wood, who turned himself into a stud. I think Christian Wood was a second-round pick. I can't remember, but he turned himself into a nice player. And if these other young players like Usman, Garuba, and all these guys can like learn from him what he did to get better, it's fantastic. So you've got a team in the Houston Rockets that can just develop and become really nice, and it's amazing. Houston Rockets fans, I hope you're happy because you should be. All right, before we go, we got to give a shout out to our All-Stars. These are the guys that make it happen. These are the Jalen Greens that are just showing up and getting buckets. Let's see. Shout out to Kelsey Hamer, the Hammer, and one Anton Warren, Ezekiel Raicibe, the man from down under, JT Buckets, Wardell, Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire, Eric C. The C stands for champion, Donald Schooley, schooling all of us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo, Lee Christensen driving the lane, the legend Ryan Perry, Justin Time, Justin Ty H, Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur, Robert Hall of Fame, and DW Jazz going all the way. Guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the bell, join the channel to support the channel. I'd appreciate it. It's the slow time of the year before the season starts. We're trying to survive. We're trying. Just go down there and hit buttons and make comments. Tell me who to talk about. Although we got more to talk about and we got more to do. I'm hyped. I'm pumped. I will talk to you next time.